Here we go. Waiting on you, they say.
That's what they say.
That's what they say. 0,000 people on Low Budget Live.
Damn these Biloxi blues.
Damn 'em.
It happens
Darn.
every night.
Darn.
And I ain't never met
Yeah, we don't do that. We don't do that anymore. Oh, come on. You believe we've been doing this for 8 years? Darn. No.
This highway.
Can you sing it?
I can't. You don't want me to sing it. No.
Her. We'll listen all the way through the chorus while the thousands of LBLers. Sup, Dave? Uh-oh, caught the chat. I hate to admit it, but I'm just now doing it. I just tried some Y'all Sweet Tea. It's a winner. 33,000. Come on. Welcome to. I really don't know what this is. What it's gonna be, but we're here. What's up, Lee? Good to see y'all here. Low Budget Live, actually live. Oh God, Noah Dickinson in the chat.
Noah, let's go.
But I watch videos. I watch it this time of night.
He skips your intro. He don't want to hear you sing.
No, he don't want to hear anything. Welcome. Hopefully you can hear me out there, Darien. My Wi-Fi keeps going in and out. There's Chris Zaldane in the chat.
Zal Dangerous in the chat.
The Zal Dangerous is. What's up, buddy?
Good to see you. I watched a Zaldane video the other day of him and Taku with the blueberry sauce, smallmouth fishing.
Yeah, yep. Sneaky stuff. Zaldane's got some 10 out of 10 content.
Oh, always. And listen, I've seen somebody try to pull the juice. Zaldane was pulling to try to get some of these Japanese little secrets. And the funny thing, I will say this: he was getting secrets, but also I was very impressed or surprised. Taku really was asking a lot of swim bait questions. It was cool.
Oh, I'm sure Taku's real.
It was sick.
Zona was telling me Taku stayed at his house last summer for a couple weeks, and he said, "Dude, you would get up in the." Zona's like, "I would have to get up to pee in the middle of the night," and Taku would just be on the couch, just watching old episodes of the Bassmaster like 3 a.m. He's like, he doesn't sleep. Yeah, he's just obsessed. So very, very, very cool. We got the chat is rolling. Yeah, Taku is very, very funny. So this is the podcast for Monday, September the 8th, and we're live. And I got to thinking, and I text Darien because this all started. There's one other fella. He's actually a trivia question for later. There's one other fella that was a partner in crime in this when it started. He's got plans tonight. He's gotten bigger since then. Go ahead and say it. He's got a little bigger. So have I. Jason Duran in the comments as well.
What up?
What's up, buddy? But this craziness for me started 8 years ago. And thanks to the help from this guy and one other guy, we would go live on Instagram, and it was chaos, Darien. It was complete and total chaos. We did not know what we were doing. And we started this thing at the Forest Wood Cup. I will not tell you the exact location we started it because that's a trivia question too later. Y'all be Googling. I'm giving away.
How many trivia questions we got?
I don't know. It just depends on what you're going to give away. We're doing giveaways. So tell your friends.
Yeah, we're going to do
LBL.
Yeah. Let's do a let's get some I don't know if we're sharing this or we sharing YouTube links these days, but Y'all Sweet Tea's definitely going to throw in a $100 gift card. I think that makes a lot of sense. And a fishing shirt. I made a couple fishing shirts to go on this trip that I went on, and we got a little box of them beside me. So I'll do a couple fishing shirts and a couple fishing hats for sure. I'll give two prize packs out.
I got a Jinko 10 cannon. I got some booty shaker swim baits. I
like a booty shaker now.
Oh, booty shaker. I got this commemorative. I made a post about this. Is a new Eagle Claw. This is available at Tackle Warehouse right now. If you spend $20 on Eagle Claw anything, you get this hat. They've been in business 100 years. That's nuts, by the way. 100 years. Eagle Claw. I'm off camera. I'll figure it out eventually. Right there. Going to give that one away. You can have your own for spending $20. Support everybody that supports the show. Y'all know the drill, all the codes. I appreciate each and every one of you. All right, Darren. There's lots going on. But first, let's talk about 8 years. Let's talk about everything LBL real quick. Do you remember? And I know we've done this a couple times. We've done the reminisce show. We might have done. When was the one where you and our other compadre came?
It had to have been 5 years because that was.
Yeah.
It was right before. It was the week that Kanan was born, 2022, August in 2022.
Okay, so it was the 5-year anniversary then. So much has changed in life. Goodness gracious. Ridiculous how much things have changed. But dude, I remember I'll never forget that first weekend because we're running around backstage at the Forestwood Cup, pissing half the industry media people off. I don't remember who it was now that said, "You're not media. You shouldn't be."
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
You remember?
Yeah, you do. You know who it was. Watch your mouth, young man. Watch your mouth. Hey, we got 60 something. Well, we got 60 something people. We need some more comments. By the way, while we're talking.
Yes. Yeah, y'all get the comments.
We'll read these in a little bit, but yeah, I mean, dude, this crazy. Like, I think that just goes to show, like, a lot of people have these, wild ideas, and even if it's something as small as starting a podcast, like that takes a lot of courage. I know a lot of people podcasts now, like I think a lot of people talk about they're a little bit overplayed a little bit, but I also think that, yeah, but at the end of the day, though, it's like it takes a lot of courage to start it. It takes a lot of courage. It takes a little bit of homework to figure out how to do it. And if you've got something to say, who's to tell you that your opinion's not as good as someone else's opinion? So I think that's like one of the cool things about having a platform like YouTube versus this is way off subject, but in China, Mr. Beast made a big thing the other day about there's a platform in China that he just broke 1 million subs on, and he's like 450 million subs in the US. But I think like just being in a place where we can be able to do this, you want to have an idea, start it, talk about fishing, talk about whatever you want to do. That's really cool. But no, to have an idea, start it, and then for it to last this long. Hell, 8 years. Damn, beard's really got gray hairs in it, brother.
Gosh, dude. I was looking back at pictures trying to find some today. I can't figure out, Darien, I'm old, how to put pictures on the old StreamYard chat here. So we'll do it the old school way. I don't know how well you can see this one. It's really dark. This is me, you, and Watson in the Embassy Suites at and Hot Springs at a Forestwood Cup. But that's the OG picture right there. OG. That is the first ever. Look at my fingerprints on my phone. Let me clean this up.
I think, and to clear up, I don't think that, I personally don't think that podcasts are overplayed, because even if there's, there it is, super OG.
That's the first episode right there. That's the first time we ever did this, and we did not know what we were doing, how we were doing it. We bought mic stands on the way at a Best Buy. I had an old computer monitor, had some music equipment, and that's where the name LBL came from. Thank y'all, all the congratulations coming in, man. We appreciate it. And dude, you're talking about starting dreams. Dude, you're the living, breathing proof that all you gotta do is have an idea and a little bit of talent, a little bit of gumption, not be scared to death, and just roll, baby. And y'all Sweet Tea was born, and now you're freaking Shark Tanking. And listen, I have to go through people to get to Darien now, y'all. He's got a line of people you have to.
My assistant's like, do you feel like talking to Luke Duncan? I guess. So we got to do. He was wanting to shoot this podcast at noon. I said I can't get to him until 7 p.m.
No, I'm in here making this tea. I'm just in here making this. You're stirring it up,
dude. It's crazy. I think someone was talking about say it's overplayed. I don't think the podcast is overplayed. Everyone has a platform to talk what they want to talk about, and then if your talent and all the things line up to be able to succeed, I think that's cool. But worldwide as a wrestling superstar now, no, man. I think we jumping into that. We gonna go there right now.
It's perfect timing. Let's go. I wish I had the video again. If I would have been prepared for this, I would have had it.
What justifies that one comment right there to pop up on the screen? Did you select that?
I did it. Yeah, I can do it.
Okay.
On my end. Yeah. So yeah. The G-Man. our brother in arms, big brother, and James, who we hate lovingly, JMFW. We're in Key West on a little bit of a trip. I was invited on this trip, and I would like to say thank God I didn't go because of this situation alone right here. But and G, this is all documented. G's talked about it on his own podcast, and he made a video because G ended up with a black eye, and there was a gentleman that was causing a ruckus on the beach. Somebody asked for help, and Gerald and James jumped in, and James says, now, listen, I use the line a lot, but pissed off redneck is hard to guard. That is Gerald's line. And buddy, that bow-legged bastard will give you a dose if you want one in life. And I think he gave us a boy a dose.
I think he gave him one. I think he held back on that video, but the video was one of the funniest things I've seen Gerald say because how strategically he crafted every word that was said in that video. But when he said he laid softly in the sand, because he was talking about he got hit and it blacked his eye, and you didn't know how it was going to end. But then he said he laid softly in the sand.
He laid softly in the sand is my favorite. That is a really good G line. And then Watson went full send and posted the video of him with his knee in the guy's back, and he's screaming.
Did he actually?
Oh, dude, it's up today. Yeah, bud. Pull
wow, I didn't see this.
Oh yeah, pull it up on your phone right now. Oh yeah, Watson posts this on his Instagram today. So, and it was when it gets out of his algorithm, you know what's coming. Because it may or may not look like a race war. I'm just saying. It was wild, dude. It was wild. He was indeed laying softly in the sand with James Watson on top of him with his knee in his back. And James is screaming, "We trained for this. We trained for this." Why are you quiet? I can't hear you. Can y'all hear us? Darren is no longer talking. I can't hear him. Make sure you can still hear me. Because Darren, he's back.
My phone was my mic for some reason. Don't leave the chat. Don't leave this live. But when we end this live, we need to make sure we go watch this. Gerald has a full face of blood on this video.
Dude, let me show you something right now. Let me show you something real quick. I got this picture of Gerald. I can't help it.
The video.
PMA, dude. PMA. PMA, man. I can only imagine what Leanne was just probably like, oh no.
But like he said, the way that he said, the person, whoever was getting, I guess, attacked, said, is nobody gonna come help me?
Yeah.
Like, dude, he's defenseless and has nothing else to do, and I would have picked two other people to come jump on you. That's probably not the two people you wanted to get jumped on.
They both got that. They both got that freaking switch, right? And James is got that former drill sergeant in him, and he, I wouldn't mess with either one of them. There's no doubt about it. But yeah, that's what Eric Cocker. Thank you for that little rabbit hole there. But yeah, man. Wild times, and unfortunately G had to make a video about it because when you end up with a black eye, he didn't want it getting out on the internet and somebody speculating and doing what people tend to do, garbage videos, that kind of stuff on it. So he's like, yeah, man, I'm gonna tell everybody what happened, and he laid it softly in the sand, and then dude got arrested, and G and James, no harm, no foul there, other than a little bit of a black eye from G, which is funny. I think, Gerald of the black eyes is amazing.
Yeah, I figured it was gonna be something to do with a rifle scope or something.
Yeah,
like a fourth grade, your fourth grade buddy who shot his first deer.
Yeah,
and then it got progressively worse, and I was like, oh boy. I want to whenever we leave this subject, I want to go up to Bama Don 04.
Oh yeah, Bama Don representing
Bama Don. He says, Darien won that vote from a YouTube ad, if I'm not mistaken, either commercial or an ad that he got for YouTube. If that's not proven, all it takes is some gumption and want to. I just wanted to talk about that whole deal, if anyone remembers that, it was called Uploaded Fishing.
That was
And
wild.
that was, I don't even remember the year, but like I'm gonna think it started in 2013 to like 2015-ish, maybe not even that, somewhere in that window of time. But basically, Shea Baker, who was fished at Auburn, had a lot of success with Jordan Lee, was his team partner at Auburn for a while, dominated, like for real dominated, and then went and fished the Everstarts, and he didn't win Guntersville, but he got really close to winning a Guntersville tournament. He won at Okeechobee, I believe, in the Everstart, right?
Maybe. Yeah, I don't
Okay.
remember.
But anyhow, he started this video thing, and it was like way before its time. We've actually talked about this on here before, but yeah, I won a boat that way. And actually, at the time, I had like literally no following at all, but I beat Mikey Balls, who did have quite a large following back then, and there was always a little like
He didn't
I don't know.
handle it well. He did
He didn't handle it.
not
And
handle
I
it.
didn't know him, and he didn't like. I was connected with some of the pros, and they were all sharing it for me. Gerald was a big one, and yeah, he didn't handle it very well. But it, yeah, that was definitely what started it all for me.
Yeah, that was definitely. You and I weren't. I mean, I knew you then,
Yeah,
but we weren't running around all the time and traveling the country and damn sure not doing podcasts and selling tea. You might have been selling a little sweet tea on the weekends then, back there in that time frame. What was it? A little Triton one?
Yeah, I won an 18-foot Triton. So that's it was right as Y'all Sweet Tea started, because I was getting people to watch the freaking video at the tournaments and getting them to go vote for me at a selling tea. I've got a freaking mile long of people, and I would tell them to go click on this video and vote. Double hustling, but that's the same. Me and Houston won the ABT out of that boat. Freaking drove however long, and we couldn't.
The dirty
had a one
bag was in
the dirty. Yeah,
I don't guess I realized that.
Yeah, had live wells that were this big, holding 30 pounds of fish, and it was hot and it was brutal. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. Well,
that was the dirty bag.
Well, then we had another deal we did. I'm going to do a trivia question on this. We'll get to it later, but we had a YouTube contest you and I didn't work out so well for you. It wasn't as good as Uploaded Fishing was, but we'll get to that here in a little bit. All right, let's talk coin flips, shall we? Let's talk coin flips.
I'd love to.
Yeah, let's talk about
it. I'll say this before we get started. I think my point of view on a couple of things is interesting, because I disconnected myself from the industry for like 3 or 4 years. Pretty much, I unfollowed a lot of people that post. Like, I unfollowed a lot of people, pro anglers who I like watching the content. I was just so out of fishing. I didn't have a plan on buying a bass boat anytime soon. I wanted to focus on the tea company, so I got disconnected from it. However, in the last 9 months, I've really, really gotten back. Even caring for the sport, I was doing ABT stuff, but like I'm just now getting back into it to start paying attention. So my point of view on all of this is interesting, because I'm also learning this new. Because there was like live scope back when I was fishing and when we were doing those things, but it wasn't at all what it is right now. It's like the minnow thing and all this other stuff. So anyhow, I just think as a viewer, and I think there's like a really good argument that watching the sport, you're watching the back of somebody. If Drew Cook's bed fishing for 2 hours on one fish, it's the same exact thing as Trey McKinney not casting, as far as like viewing on the screen. But one thing I think, just as a viewer, like there's a lot more commentary from the anglers when they're fishing shallow, or even when they're just fishing, trying to fish out a bite, why they sit down and change on a new color, like whatever the things are. That just doesn't happen on live scope tournaments, totally in my opinion. But like, I think that's the main thing. They're going to keep this 1 or 2 rods, and like they don't really talk a lot. I think that has a lot to do with it. However, I'm also pro it. Like, I watched Milliken's really long video the other day, and obviously he's got a pro live scope stance on it, which was interesting to listen to. But he's like has a lot of reasons back on the other side, and it's interesting. I think it's a really cool argument, and personally, I'm very glad that the decision was what it was. Like the 50-50 thing to me makes a ton of sense. Somebody said, I don't know, just like saying it would be, I forget how it was worded, but it was worded really, really well. Like if we totally deleted live scope or banned it, we would be favoring this group, and if we kept it how it is, we'd be favoring that group. Now everyone gets a little bit of what they want, and like I don't understand how you can complain about that.
Well, there's some complaining going on.
You can definitely complain about it. I just don't understand, like, if you take one step back and you're like, if there's a huge group of people arguing, but we can make half of this group happy and half of this group happy.
Oh, million
Shouldn't that work?
Well, it should in theory. And man, I could never beat up on Bass for this decision, because I've said on this show a million times, I liked the one with, one without, one with, one without. I actually brought that up to MPFL when they first came, to talk to me. It was like, hey, this is what we're thinking about doing, clean slate banning. And I want to say, for them, it was the best decision that they've made. This year has been awesome, but I applaud Bass for this. My only, and this is not even really a gripe, I do think it's funny that they did this after MLF made changes for a year.
Yeah.
And after MPFL made changes, it's like, hey, we're going to see how this goes for these guys. Okay, yeah, we should probably do that. And I think there was more that went into it than just that, but they definitely were paying attention to, oh wow, people are being very positive towards this decision. Now, I think the coin flip was very cool. The social media content that came out, all the memes folks were posting and all that. I didn't get to actually watch the coin flip show, but I've seen multiple comments where people are like, this is the best thing Bass has put out this year. This content was awesome. Like, I think that's pretty cool. If that's something going forward, they're going to do every year that people can kind of get, it's like a March Madness selection show almost, right?
Yeah. So
college basketball.
So a couple of, like, just from my point of view, and again, that's a little bit of an outsider of the industry now, but starting to pay a lot more attention. To me, it seems I just, like, outside of bass fishing, the tea industry has no drama. So I'm not used to farming clips. I'm not used to people talking shit, and these people suck. So I think
Milo ain't rolling up throwing eggs at the LCT warehouse.
So, and they're like, obviously there's, so anyhow, I think of, like, I don't want this to be clipped.
It's going to be.
I think of Major League Fishing. Damn, this, I don't want this to be how this gets clipped, but they made, I was going to say they remind me of Y'all Sweet Tea, but they don't. In a sense that they are a little bit more agile on their rule changes. If they want to try something, it seems like they try it. It doesn't work, they back up. It seems weird as a customer because they have it's a fan thing. Like, dude, I do that every single month with Y'all Sweet Tea. We launched pickleball paddles this morning. We sold 11 of them. Like, I bet you we don't do those again. That didn't work. I'm going to back up off pickleball paddles and slide over to something else that might work. It's very similar to what MLF does. Bassmaster reminds me of a legacy tea company like a Lipton. They're not launching pickleball paddles to even see if they think they might work. I'm willing to risk it. They don't have to. And it's like, also, let's see what everyone else does. And so I understand it from that point of view, like being a little bit out of the industry, but as a viewer and like a fan, their business is based on fans. It is a little bit different because when they make one of those adjustments, it immediately affects everyone. And so everyone has their opinion versus, like, I launch a pickleball, like, or a new flavor of tea or something. I can kind of compare it to what we're doing. But the wild thing is, I would just love to be a pro advocate. Dustin Connell's speech after he won whatever billionth tournament he won this year, but it's like, please just stop the freaking negativity. Like, there was a video, I think, what's the guy from Lake Lanier that fishes the elites?
Emil.
There was a tournament earlier. No, I think it was Emil. It was Emil. Wherever he's.
Emil's from over there in that area too. Trent Palmer. Okay. Let us know. I'm pretty sure. Okay. Sorry to those guys. I know Paul Marks is definitely a Lanier guy.
It was Emil. It was Emil. Emil, there's a Bassmaster clip. Emil trips over something on the front deck. It was not a graph. It had nothing to do with live scoping. He falls in the lake in a tournament earlier this spring. It was a hilarious clip. He thought it was hilarious. He gets up laughing, grabs his hat, does what we've all done in the past. And I shared it. I thought it was hilarious. I click on the comments, assuming that everyone else thought that was hilarious. And everyone's like, if he didn't have the damn screens, he wouldn't. I'm like, can y'all please accept a funny clip? This is hilarious.
Yeah, it's bad. Paul is technically closer to Lanier from a living perspective, but both Lanier boys. All right. Thank you,
Yeah.
TP. Trent Palmer with Sonar Pros. He just rigged out that Express X21 Pro.
Come on, my
Man,
dog.
man,
Got
listen.
her rigged.
I'm dead serious. Trent
I
Palmer
hate-
is the boat rigging guru. I'm just going to say it. Sonar Pros harness is goated, but Trent Palmer, I mean, dude, you're just the man, Trent. Thank you. Real quick, Darren, you're on a roll here, but Trent made a comment that I think's another topic off of this. 50-50 makes the most sense for current viewership and anglers. I will be curious if it affects Opens attendance for 2026. Time and numbers will determine if it's a positive or negative for them. That is my question, is what are they going to do with the Opens next year? Not whether this will affect attendance or not, but what are the Opens rules going to be? Because you got to think it's going to follow this to some degree. You have 4, they have the 2 divisions of 4 and then the EQs. Top 50 from each of the divisions make it to the EQs. Do they go one with, one without, one with, one without in the qualifiers? Do they are, or how does this work?
Yeah, that's interesting. Milliken, I just referenced this because obviously he's pro live scope side, but I enjoyed listening to his video. But he did make a comment that I thought was interesting, that, and I'm going to butcher this, but something like they changed a rule for this upcoming classic, or maybe next year's classic, but they didn't change the rule for the last classic. So it was like a lot of people that qualified for the classic didn't have these same rules. So I don't remember. I totally butchered that point, but it's similar to what you're saying about the Opens. Like if you qualify, you should be under the same rules that if you make it to the elites, which you're going to.
Well, they already do that with the information rule and all that. So for the EQ, so I don't know why you would. Frank Skellis Jr. What's up, Frankie? My bet is the Open rules don't change. That take took Darien. We're not talking about that guy. So I'm going to put this up here just so y'all can laugh. Cameraman Cletus is.
Damn.
Grant, that's for you, buddy. Do not Google Boner Pros.
Use discount code LD10.
Duncan 10 at checkout. Trent like that. Trent, change your name, dude. Buy trademark it tomorrow. Oh, me, that got me. Oh, Miss K's in the comments. Perfect timing, Miss K.
I'm not even gonna.
No,
I drink to that.
Oh, Miss K, we love you. And cameraman Cletus, you started this, and Ann K is here. Derailed. This is just like an old LBL, Darren. This is just like the Instagram days because the chat is wild. 105,000. And Q Miss K.
Oh, they're firing now. Y'all have an opportunity to take an open shot at K. Scott Clark. So anyhow, I think I definitely think it's interesting, but I think it's who cares? But I think it's the right decision. I thought it was pretty cool.
Who cares?
Well, specifically the coin flip though. I think that's the best way to do it, right?
Yeah. Oh, I think absolutely. Unless you were going to do like a spinning wheel kind of thing, cheesy, but that would have been cool too. Let's look at the schedule real quick. Me and Miss K actually did a podcast today, and we talked about this from the ABT. I'm not sure when that's going to go up, Miss K, but we talked forever. It was a fun conversation. We talked about all kind of stuff, and I got to ask Miss K some questions. Darien, you'll have to tune into that one. It was there was some fun at your expense on that one. Gunnersville. So they're starting the year. Gunnersville, no scope.
I'm glad.
Gunnersville. Yeah, that's going to be fun. I think for sure. Martin, they're going to scope. It's in February. We were there with ABT this year. They're going to catch 1 million at Martin. It's full of 1 million fish. Not going to take a ton of big weights there most of the time, but they're still going to catch them. 10 Tom Waterway after the Classic is no scope, which wouldn't matter really. Arkansas River, they can scope. That could be a perspective mode deal. I think people don't realize how much these guys are using that shallow, especially if there's bedding fish going on in dirty water. It's kind of what Welcher was doing at Pasquatank. And so Arkansas River, they can use it. Murray, they can use it. It could be a big deal at Murray to have it on that Herring Spawn deal, I feel like. Santee, though, in a tournament that I said to Miss K on the podcast, I am calling the Patrick Walters Benefit Tournament. Santee Cooper no scope in late May. Kind of a, that can be interesting, and Patrick will probably win for sure. Pasquotank, they can use it, but they're going in June this year because no more spawning. And from what I've heard from everybody, they're like, we would love to go back to the Pasquotank. It was awesome. But the guys I've talked to that were there, they just pleaded with Bass, please, let's not go back there in the spring when there are fronts and giant winds, because it's a really, really big body of water that there were a lot of boats that got tore up there. A lot of boats that got tore up there. I've seen some stuff. I've seen some stuff that I was like, woof. A lot of rebar apparently and stumps that you can't see when there's 4-footers, and lots of craziness happened there. Pasquotank scope, Champlain no scope. And that's been scope dominated with those open water roamers. So that one's going to be fun. St. Lawrence scope, of course, there. On that one. So I don't know. I think it's cool. I think it's definitely something most of the bass fishing world's talking about. I applauded BPT for what they did last year. I loved the format in that. Only being able to use it for one period was just really cool to see how they all decided to use that on a daily basis. I thought that was very cool. I think the tackle warehouse deal next year going to 1/3 of the day is kind of crazy. I don't know how you police it. I think I've heard some rumors on how they're going to try. They've got some technology they're going to try to work with. We'll see. My question on the third deal is, do you get to use it? Do you get to use it for 1 hour and then turn it off for a couple hours? And then you're like, oh crap.
Is it cumulative?
Exactly. That's what I want to do. Like that would be kind of cool. So, yeah, lots of changes going on, and you forward-facing sonar haters, you got what you wanted there. Randy Block, dude, what's Randy Block ever going to make a video about again? Now everybody's made changes. Does he feel like vindicated? Like, yes, I did this. Do you think he feels that way, or he's just like, damn, I don't know how I'm going to keep making clickbait videos?
But he made a video today about the boat wreck at Smith Lake, and it was literally just a click. He literally updated one thing about a new lawsuit or something, but he made a 6-7 minute video. He made a 6-7 minute video. Bro, clip that, give it to your boys. Shout out to all the 6'7". Anyone who's under 20, anyone who's over 20 would have no clue what I'm talking about. I work with a bunch of high school boys who freaking 6'7" everything.
See, you got
your boys aren't doing 6'7" right now.
No, I've not seen that. I was in the boat with them all day at a high school tournament Saturday. I didn't see that. I heard a lot of other crap. They say it's chopped. That chick is chopped. Yeah, that's a new one. If someone is ugly, apparently they're chopped. I don't know. I've been chopped my whole life. So apparently, going back to MLF real quick, TP, he's always got the scoop. I was told Friday it was a device that interrupts the Ethernet signal after 3 hours. Yeah, curious how reliable said device will be. Yeah, see, I think if you can use it for 3 hours, I don't want to do it. If it is cumulative, I don't like that. I don't like that. Fred Ashcraft coming in. When's ABT going to announce their rule change? Well, no trolling motors next year, guys. You signed up. Miss K got your money, and no trolling motors. Everybody paddling, Darren. Everybody paddling.
What? But I haven't heard any reports that the ABT would be considering changing any rules. I don't think that'd be necessary, huh?
No rule changes. We actually, Kay and I actually talked about that on the podcast today that we did that comes out tomorrow. And you and I've talked about this in private a bunch. We don't see a lot of those get one scoping.
No.
We see
it gets used.
It gets used a lot, but we don't see it necessarily dominate out of the 10 regular ABTs, the North and the South. We don't see that. I mean, you've got guys that are great with it. And we do see wins happen, but it's not like all 10 get one scope. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's, you still get a guy on the Alabama River like the Schroeders dragging a jig off a ledge to win. We see sight fishing play a big role. We saw a win on a float worm at Neely Henry this year. We get to see some variety, but no, there will be no ban in the ABT. That is for sure. The comments are rolling. Noah Dickinson. Yeah, that's a great point from Noah D. Noah Blake in the house. Was it the right decision? I don't know, but wonder how much the coin flip decision will increase the engagement and viewership. No, I think it's important. I think that is a really important point, and it's true. Like I've seen so many comments, and look at us. We're however far into this, and we're still talking about coin flips. So yeah, it was the right decision, in my opinion. All right, dude's got like trying to max those YouTube nickels. There's so many good ones. I'm Jason Duran. DC just comes to your spot and runs over it if you're leading. That's the new rule change.
I'll tell this story. I'll quickly run through this story. But when we're covering the ABT, we have an iPad that's got the top 40 anglers on the iPad. And normally, like the local stick who should be doing good at that tournament. So if we're in the area, me, Luke, and Jason are in here in the comments. We go up to the guys. We have a camera with us, and we just talk about what they're doing to make live TV and also film an ABT TV show. And one of they were leading Angler of the Year, so obviously I wanted to go to them. They're on the backside of this island. The water's way down. To me, they weren't fishing anything. Like they weren't. It was the oddest thing. They were facing away from this island, kind of going away from it. The wind was blowing into this island. Long story short, they basically just let what I ran right over the top of sit and get better. And I'm blowing this shit out. Dude, they turn their boat around, throwing their hands up. I'm in a freaking 4-foot damn little boat with a half working power pole and a damn, what's the early motor guide? The old one? It wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. But regardless, I'm blowing this stuff out. Trolling motor props beating the ground. They're like, "Hey, just get to the bank." I'm like, "Brother, I can't because I'm gonna blow out even more. This boat's getting drifted in. I got one power pole swinging me around, so like it looked like a stripper pole." And anyhow,
like a duck with one leg swimming around.
So I noticed it was bad because they fire a cast straight at me, and a spook lands like 7 feet in front of me, and he had one miss it, and I was like, "Oh boy, I'm cooked. I'm cooked."
You were chopped, dude.
I'm chopped.
You were chopped for sure. That was I can't see any of that because I don't watch live when we're on live very much. I've got all that. I got an in-ear monitor. We all have AirPods. We're talking to each other. We're all mic'd up, of course, and I can just hear and Darian's like texting me, "This wasn't good." Rob Lee and Steve Windlet, shout out to those guys. They are amazing fishermen, and they were definitely not happy with you that day, but y'all worked it out. Got to be bros. Yeah. They love to give you a hard time about it. I like to give them a hard time about it on stage. Like, did Darien ruin anything for you today? Great guys. Jason Duran also commented, we also have iPads that have the current boat numbers for the event we're covering. Sometimes you look at old lists and you cover people that aren't in the tournament. That has happened.
I have been known to do that, and I also will just pull up on a random team that ain't fishing the tournament.
That's what I'm saying.
I've seen a group of a happy little family over there. I just pull up on a little, a little family. They're catching fish. Hell, I'll put them on TV.
Yeah, they got the pontoon out, tubing.
It don't matter. No, it does not matter.
Somebody got a jig and spoon on a spinning rod, or Darien, you'll throw up. That's been known as well. That is why Slate. Cameraman Cletus, what flavor scope did I put on the X21? Garmin. I got all Garmin. Running a Garmin 12 at the console, Garmin 9, Garmin 12 up front with live scope, and then I've got the Force Pro trolling motor that I've been since Trent got my boat rigged. I've had it for a couple weeks, and that Force is cool. It's got that new reverse deal where you can just double tap it and it just eases you back. You got old big one out there on scope, kind of like the brakes. Everybody was running the crappie brakes. Well, now you can't. Well, the Garmin pros in the Elite Series, I'll just say they got an advantage. There's no doubt about it if they're running the Force for sure. Man, now we're in a which one is better, Garmin or Lowrance scope? I'm going to say Garmin all day just because they're the OG. I think Active Target 2 is pretty good. Josh Jones uses it. So, I mean, he's the man. That's for sure.
Brother, I watched a Josh Jones video last night. He's getting ready to go on this like 2 or 3 week trip. And he says he got a new truck that he wasn't going to show on the live so that people didn't see his trailer and wouldn't know who it is because he's going to some like way northwest lakes. And he's like, I'm not showing my truck because I don't want anyone to blow these lakes up.
Dude, he is sneaky. Josh is sneaky, man. I talked to Josh a good bit, and I'm a big Josh Jones fan. I like Josh a lot, but he is Trent. No, I haven't calibrated that damn GPS puck yet, Trent. Trent called me 3 times to try to walk me through it, and I never had service. I still hadn't calibrated. That's why my boys didn't win Saturdays because I wasn't calibrated. But Josh is super sneaky. Let's talk about that real quick because I do want to get that in here tonight. How was your first high school captain experience? All right. Man, it was awesome for me just because my boys are getting older, and especially Hudson, it's his senior year. And the fact that we're just now getting to do this, I've wanted Hudson to do it for a long time secretly, but I don't try to push them, to do stuff just because dad likes it. But they came to me. Y'all have heard me say it on the show a month or so ago. Hey, we want to fish high school tournaments. They signed up. Our high school only has a couple teams. We do not have a huge team by any means. And we're not going to get to fish a lot of them with the schedule I have with kind of my boys got a ton going on. So it's not like we're going to fish every single one of them all the time. Definitely going to try to fish some of the bigger ones. But as far as my experience, I think as a dad, it was for me, for what I love, it was probably the most proud day. I won't say ever necessarily, but like sitting at the console and watching them interact with each other for the net or watching them cast, watching them run the trolling motor. Because when we go fishing, they run the trolling motor a good bit, but most of the time I'm like, hey, get out of the way. I'm going to take you over here so y'all can catch some fish. And dad does everything for them. I spoil them rotten like that. And man, watching them have to retie after stuff and just, break it down. And I was asking them like, hey, this is kind of the game plan. What do you think? When do you want to leave this to go do that? And letting them make decisions on what they were throwing and different things. They end up finishing 55th out of 160. So not great, but not terrible. They were very happy with that. They were able to catch 3 keepers, but it was, we ran like 100 miles round trip. Crazy day. Had a 2-hour weather delay. And I'll be honest, it rained. It was really crappy. It was almost 90 on Friday, and it was like 59 and 60 with a northeast wind and blowing and raining. And just one of those days you don't expect it to be as cool as it was in September. And I really did worry when we pulled up at the ramp that morning. We get a text that it's delayed till 8 a.m. I was worried they wouldn't hang in it, to be honest. I was like, dude, even with they got good rain suits from Gil. Like they got all the stuff. They got boots. They got everything they need. Like, I'm not worried about that, but you know how it is, D. Like you just give up, And I told them before we put the boat in the water, I said, understand this. There are 201 teams here. Some of them are juniors. Some are high school teams. I'm like, over half of them are beat right now because of this weather, because they're not going to stay in it. They're not going to. And dude, Hudson and Ryder never stopped. From the time we blasted it off to the time we got back, dude, we were fishing 3 minutes before taking. They're like, hey, stop on this bank. Okay. Pull in there, let them make a few casts because they're like, man, if we could just catch a couple more. So could not be more proud of them. And actually, I did not end up chewing through my arm. I thought I might. It was kind of crazy. They came up schooling a couple times. I did want to pick up and throw in there. That was hard. Not being able to tie on for them, like when it got hectic. And they're fighting the current, they're fighting the wind, and not being able to help, like that kind of that bugged me. But man, just being able to sit on the back deck and kind of take it in, it was cool. I'm ready to do another one. Now I will say this from the boat captain experience. I did not realize I'm not in the high school fishing world, right? I got buddies that are great that do it. Their kids are great high school fishermen. I've met a lot of very successful high school anglers over the years, but I've never been to one of these events, not one time. This was my first time being at one. First of all, shout out Tennessee Bass Nation. Great job, managing the chaos. But dude, you got mamas and uncles and aunts and daddies in the crowd and boat captains and coaches from these schools, and they got tents set up. There's more people at these weigh-ins than there are in the Elite Series, dude. It is why we pulled up. I'm like, this is going down, man. They're playing music. They got pizzas, and which I'm all for. They got snacks, but I think my boys were like, what? And they were a little like, they've never fished a tournament with that many boats. So we didn't put in at the actual ramp where the tournament was going out of, because I knew it would be a zoo. So we rolled over, and dude, they got music blaring, like we do at ABTs, MPFLs, whatever. And they got the music going. They got a big American flag hanging from a bridge. So my boys were like, all right, they thought that was all really cool. And I did too. So Colby Franklin was in this. His son Braxton, they fish for Lincoln County, Tennessee, and he says boat captain equals board day on the water. He told me, he's like, dude, they fish all of them. And anyways, good to see you, Colby, this weekend. I got to catch up with Colby a bunch over there this weekend. But yeah, anyways, it was a great experience. Thank you for asking. My boys, like I said, man, it was cool to see. Because I told them, like, these kids now, man, they take this so serious, right? Because it has become a very serious sport. And it's cool for me to see, because none of that existed when I was growing up. And it has become that. And I think they're motivated, like, okay, these dudes are way into this. We gotta get better. So that was kind of Hudson's take, and that was pretty cool. So for me, it was definitely a proud moment. One of my proudest days I've ever got to spend on the water. That's for sure. We ran all the gas out of the Express almost twice, trying to catch them some fish, and they had opportunities. They definitely should have had a limit, but is what it is. Is what it is. Uncle Darien probably would have caught 20 pounds.
I mean, somebody said that I need to be your backup boat captain, which I think is quite a brilliant idea. Very
that would be amazing. Honestly, that would be, the boys would, they would be all about it. They love Uncle Darien, so they'd be like, yeah, can you not take us? And Darien take us. Now, I will say real quick, one of the funniest things that happened, Ryder, we're going down this bank, we're throwing a fluke, been getting some bites on a fluke, and Ryder got a little loop in his braid, so he just turns and throws it out in the middle, and he's picking it out, and he gets it done, and all of a sudden his rod just loads up, and I'm sitting there at the console, and my knee-jerk reaction was, I thought he was hung in the trolling motor. Like, I thought Hudson had got his line because it was kind of angling that way, and I'm like, God, really? And this is like 30 minutes in. This is, not very far in the morning. And I'm like, you're hung in the dang trolling motor, dude. Come on. Like, I'm giving him crap. And he goes, it's a fish. Like, he keeps turning around looking at me. He's like, Dad, it's a fish, and it's a big one. And I'm like, there's no way. Well, all of a sudden the line just goes like singing by me, sitting at the console, and he's fighting this thing. It ended up being a giant. Yeah, right here. I sent it to D. His face is amazing. Ends up being a big old gar.
In the rain, too.
He was so mad. And
good video, but
as a high school, as the dad, the boat captain, you're not allowed to do much, but I decided I was not going to let him get his finger taken off by that gar's teeth. So I did have to intervene and grab that gar and get his hook back for him. But anyways, here we go. Do you think that they should allow FFS in high school or let them learn the instincts of fishing? I don't know. I'm 50-50 on that, because, I don't think live scope necessarily takes away your instincts. So I will argue that. And I think live scope has gotten a lot of these younger anglers wanting to be a part of it because they grew up in that video game age, and I'm all for whatever gets this sport to continue to when my boys are my age, and Cannon and Denver, Darien's boys are our ages. And, and Craftmaster coming in MLF high school is no forward facing or no 360. But what's crazy is if you look at their numbers from their open tournaments this year, their numbers are about 60 to 80 boats, somewhere in that range. And bass, they're full fields at all their opens, it seems. So, I think that kind of speaks. Jake Davis is a great tournament director for high school. Yeah, Jake was great, for sure, man. Just give them the keys and show up on a Saturday and they will figure it out. No, that's it, man. That's what my dad used to do to me. He used to back me in at a little local lake. He would go to work. He'd come back and get me after. And my son Hudson, my oldest, which he's almost 18, but I don't trust him to pull the express. I'll just be honest. And he asked me on the way home, we've got a little lake close to us. And he said, is there any way you'll start taking me out there and just leaving me? Just let me kind of figure this stuff out. And I'm like,
he's got a girlfriend. I asked the same thing, my man.
First thing I thought of,
my man.
I know what your little ass gonna do.
I'm gonna give him some money too. I'm gonna give him a little $20. See.
I knew exactly what he was thinking because that's what I was thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm like, no, you're not.
Boy, I know the trick, son.
I'll be out there with binoculars, sitting at the ramp. Ain't no
drinking a Truly too. Hey, mistered somebody for a Truly. Stolen out your stash.
Gotcha.
Look, I don't have an unlimited amount of time tonight.
I know.
We need to give some. I would love. Away. Well, I want to do that, and I want to. How long were you thinking about going? We didn't even talk about that.
An hour.
Okay, so we got a little time. Yeah, we got a little time.
We got a little time.
So one thing you hinted at earlier, and how many people we got on here? I can't even see it.
116,000.
116 million, billion,
trillion.
Yeah. So, I mean, obviously, not to just jump from high school fishing to this, there's like a lot of good points over here, which I think almost makes an entire high school fishing video because you're talking about do you allow forward facing in high school tournament is that gets into a very deep topic for sure. It's like a huge can of worms. But I want to go to something special that we were talking about earlier, and probably I don't know how we pick winners on this. Is this a comment thing when we open up the can of worms about?
We can do comments. We've got I've got a couple trivia questions that we could do, but we do have some giveaways for this 8-year anniversary. Okay. And Bryce is coming in saying the girls love the boats, and Bryce, you are dead on, bud. You are dead on, and you can be a fat ugly guy with a boat. And the ladies in the summertime, you got one of them wakeboard boats with the belly rubbing music playing, as a good friend of mine used to say. You gonna be all right. Yeah, be all right. Come rolling up at the ramp, got your LEDs flashing. You're gonna be all right. How do you want to do it, buddy? We got some giveaways.
Well,
got some Jinko stuff.
I just want to jump right in. I want to jump into the topic that we're both holding back from all this 100,000 people.
Okay.
Just talking about the video series. If this is the appropriate time to do it, I'd love to talk about it.
Oh, I thought you were going to hold this until later, but I am good with it. Let's go. Since we're reminiscing, let's reminisce. Go ahead.
We'll talk about the one we did before. We won't give any spoilers for what's coming.
Very quick, dude.
I mean, we're here. We're not going to talk about all the rules and all the details, but we're here.
Do it. All right, first prize is going to somebody that can name this. We'll see if anybody in the chat, 120,000. We'll see if anybody in the chat knows this to give a damn about what we're going to talk about it. To give a damn, so we can make a little bit of announcement here. What was the name? What are we giving away for this? Is this a y'all question or is this
this is a y'all? This is a y'all pack. This is a y'all sweet tea fishing AFCO shirt. We'll do a fishing hat, and then we'll do a couple other, like a pitcher and a bag of tea.
Right. What was the name of the competition series Darien and I did against each other on YouTube around 2020, right? When that was 5 years ago. 2020. Yep. What was the name of the series we did? It was pretty popular for us. We'll see how popular for anybody in here tonight. And I do see a boats and hose comment from Eric Cochran. I do want to bring back boats and pros. I have for a very long time. And Barry
Price, OG.
He got beat. We'll get you.
He did. Well, I'll go dumb.
Barry Price, but Fred Ashcraft, and Dennis Turner. So we got 3.
Damn.
Yeah,
I think Chris Harney and Scott Ezell, I think
now they all copy.
They're all commenting because they saw Buddy up top.
Y'all all copy
Jason,
and pasting. Damn.
No. I'm gonna go. We'll pick top 3. I'll go top 3 because they all commented pretty quick.
They did. Fred, Barry, and Dennis. Y'all need to. Do they need to DM you for that, or you can just give them?
Or you can. Email me or DM me on Instagram. If you email me, actually, I can't. DM me on Instagram.
Yeah, I was gonna say DM.
So show up and shut up. Facebook or Instagram, Darien Craig. Show up and shut up was, I think, one of the cooler ideas that we had because at the time it was, I think, did it start in 2019 or did it start in 2020?
No, it was during COVID because we were just
okay. So it was during COVID. We had nothing to do.
Yeah,
and there was like, you had been tipped off on a couple lakes in Tennessee, and we like wanted to go fish them, and we're like, what if we just did a 1v1, just pull up and just fish? And I think you had the idea to call it Show Up and Shut Up. And I was like, let's just show up, because we were like talking crap back and forth to each other all the time. Always, yeah. And then it's like, what if we just show up and do this tournament, have a 30-minute ride around and film it? And dude, let's just see. And then the original thing was like, let's come up with different rules for every tournament. So
it's crazy rules to make it more stressful.
Yeah. And I think it was the interesting thing. I've watched all the videos back recently because there's a pretty high chance we're going to do it again this coming year. And just watching the energy that we had. I mean, there's still fish catches that I remember every single part. I remember the whole day of a lot of those days still. And it was just for a YouTube video. But the fun thing was, we're filming it. So like that makes a little more pressure. You want to beat the other guy naturally because of competition, but also you're filming, so you don't want to let everybody know that you lost.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like you get to really break down a lake, and it's like this. I'm gonna say feel like a pro, kind of like it's their thing, and you got to do it at a level that was competitive. It's fun to go to a lake and just fish for the first time, regardless. But doing it on a competition was a lot of fun. And there's so many times I would watch your videos and you're shit talking me, knowing that that's going to make the edit, and vice versa. Like, and it's just the most fun. So anyhow, one of the tournaments though was the Minnesota Rule Tournament, which was, and so we were keeping the fish, like we were keeping 5 fish in our live well or 3 fish, whichever the tournament was. But we did a Minnesota Rule Tournament, which is once the 5th keeper's in the boat, you can't cull again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was it.
And so I remember in your video right out of the gate, you caught a big one first cast,
like a 5-pounder.
And then you caught like 3 regular sized fish in a row. And I think you boxed 1 or 2 of them. And then, you catch a 1 3/4 fish. Well, normally you don't want to take that fish to weigh-ins, but on a lake we've never been to before,
just don't know.
You have no clue. And you could hear in our voice on both of our videos, you could hear the intensity of like the stress and decisions. There was like 2 different videos. I caught a 5-pounder on a square bill on one cast and just absolutely came unglued. I'm fighting this fish like it's the freaking Bassmaster Classic. I'm just hollering like a little girl. And then there was another one that I found 1 mat of hydrilla on all of Nickajack and caught a 5-pounder, like almost 5-pounder and almost 6-pounder in the exact same flip, like 4 casts, like within 4 casts. And dude, I've never been that pumped ever fishing because it was like, it was a day you broke down, which sucks because I wanted to beat you at a high. I didn't want to beat you when you freaking broke down, but it was still fun. But regardless, we've always talked about that was a little bit before its time in a sense of like, there was so much going on during COVID, which I think we hit at the right time. But it was like, if we could ever bring that thing back, I know like both of us have spitballed ideas on how we can make it better. What can we do at halftime? What could the punishment be if you lose? What could we raise $10,000, $20,000 as a prize for the whole entire thing and like actually do this big? And I don't know. We'll see.
I mean, I guess this is where we're announcing that Show Up, Showed Up will be back in 2026. We don't know where it's headed. Darien has been putting in a lot of work on this, a lot of spitballing ideas. I think it will be the first one for sure.
Yeah, I think so. And I think that I think one of the cool things is we're going to be at all the ABTs filming on Saturday. So we normally leave Friday sometime little after lunch to head down there. And it's like, why not go ahead and head down early and fish an Alabama lake that's close to the Alabama Bass Trail Lakes? So I found a list of lakes. I've only fished one. I fished two of the lakes, but one of them I've only been to once, and it was like in middle school type fishing. I have no clue about it. One of them I've been to a lot, which is Inland Lake. I think the fun thing about Inland is, I think this will be a cool rule. I've been there a lot. If I didn't do the 30-minute ride around, I think would be neat. Or like if we have a handcuff rule, like I have some sort of penalty for having been there, like having experience there. I think it'd be really cool. As like, I don't know, maybe I get 5 minutes, you get 20, like whatever we come up with, something like that. But
well, we've got some ideas of, our own versions of coin flips that might take place at different times, different rules. I think when we get into it, I think doing some lives like this would be fun, and let the folks decide, let the people decide what rules we may, do a fan, a shut up fan choice tournament where we're going to do this. And we're going to try to up our game a little bit with how we film these. We're still working on the details of that. But, that was another reason that Darien was coming on tonight. We'll definitely we still got a little bit of time left in the old year of 2025. But it will be coming back. I'll promise you that. It is definitely coming back. Bama Don, thank you, man. He says, if it comes back, you have no idea how happy it make this man right here. I love these videos. And I've literally watched a few of them in the last 6 months. Well, that's kind of what got this going. Is Darien randomly one day texted me. He's like, dude, do you realize how good those were and how passionate we both were about beating each other and all that? And then I got to going down memory lane and watching them. And I was like, holy crap, this was so much fun, man. And we did a best of 7. And that was it. We never did it again. It's kind of like my boats and pros. You have plans to, and then life goes one way or the other. Things happen, and you started y'all in 2021. You really did kind of get out of fishing for a little bit. And I'm grateful for Miss K getting you involved in the ABT, because when that happened, I feel like it kind of reignited your fire, in my opinion. Like, I've kind of seen that, because dude, fishing has been such a huge part of your life. You and your pawpaw, shout out to Albert. Still sorry about the Florida State loss there that Bama took. Big Al, love you, buddy.
Yeah.
But no, man, it's been a huge part of your life. It's how you've met a lot of the closest relationships in your life, and same with me. And so I think it's just really a awesome that you're getting back in it. And you've got some more announcements to make as we get closer. There's some things you're fixing to, you don't even have a boat. Darien's got a pontoon, and that's it. So things, there's got to be some details that come together. Darien got his fins back. Noah Blake said.
Yeah, he did.
There. Let's see.
I'm excited.
I like these comments.
I know, this is good. Get penalized. I think, I love all this, dude. There was 2 of the videos that I had to take a conference call, and the joke that you made was like, you were just hoping that I was telling the truth and called you back when I get off this call. But like, obviously I wouldn't actually cheat, but like in the video, you're like, if he actually calls me, then yeah, I'm going to go back. There was just so much fun stuff like that happened. But there's so much time. It's pawpaw. Oh, buddy, my pawpaw stays strapped with them damn boxes now.
Yeah.
My pawpaw's got
throw a rattle trap all the time.
All day.
Love the rattle trap. Ladies do love the pontoon. There was a question for you, D. Hang on, right here from Bryce. We'll get a y'all sweet tea question in here. Have you asked him about picking up the OG sweet tea drinker, Uncle Si? That's all happened since you were on last, because you came on right after the Shark Tank deal, and then you went. That was this spring, right? When you went down with the Duck Commander boys, Martin and Si and crew.
Yep. No, that was right before Thanksgiving last year. It was it? Here. Yeah, it was right before we launched Hot Chocolate. It was like the week before Black Friday. So we actually, I don't know if if he knows that we do work with Uncle Si, but Uncle Si did a podcast, and he said, penalty chug a gallon of y'all before starting the day.
Darien would win.
So Uncle Si did this podcast, and they asked, what's y'all's favorite brand of tea? And this was non-paid. We weren't working with them at all. Uncle Si says, my favorite tea is called Y'all. It's a new tea. And my favorite flavor, they've got a peach flavor that is so good it tastes just like you're eating a fresh peach off a orchard in Georgia. The only difference is the juice that dribbles down your beard. And he says it was like a 5-minute ad read, but it was we didn't even know they were doing it at all. And so from that clip, I was shooting another podcast and I told the same story that I just told. My content team clipped all that together and we posted it on TikTok. It got like 1 million views or something in like a week. That alone sold like $150,000 worth of tea that week. So I was like, holy shit. So I then obviously clipped some more and started firing all of those. And then all of those clips started getting viral. So we reached out to Cy and was like, hey, we'd love to work with you. Obviously, you like the tea. Our fans like that you like the tea. And so, yeah, we've been working with Cy for almost a year now, probably a year now at this point. And been a really big deal. They've sold a ton of tea for us. We've got multiple. I have a video on Y'all Sweet Tea's page that has 28 million views of Cy drinking Y'all Sweet Tea. It's like the #1 discount code we've ever had. I think they've sold like maybe $500,000 or so worth of tea just off a discount code. Probably more than that now, but really crazy to have Uncle Cy. Like, it's the coolest thing ever to have like the OG tea man himself. The funny thing is he doesn't actually drink sweet tea. He drinks it unsweet. But I did get a autographed Robertson Duck Commander cup. So that's kind of neat.
Shout out Justin Martin. Shout out my boy Martin. I've never met Cy, man. Like I've spent a lot of time with Justin. Been around Godwin a good many times, and which is cool, you know. I'm thankful for friendships with guys like Justin. He's such a salt of the earth dude, great person, but runs an express as well. But used to watch that show with my now senior Hudson all the time, man. And he got to meet Justin earlier this year for the first time at the National Wild Turkey Federation thing. We walked around a corner and Martin hollered at me and and Hudson was like, hey Martin. It was really funny. Let's get some stuff away. Or what were you fixing to do, D?
Well, I was going to do one really quick thing. So since we're talking about show up and shut up, I just made a discount code on Y'all Sweet Tea just now. The discount code is SUSU, show up, shut up. That's going to be we're going to do it in the year 2026. I made that sucker for 26% off. Come on. Damn bag I'm talking about. If y'all haven't had Y'all Sweet Tea,
I'm finna go get me some Y'all Sweet Tea right now.
26% off. SUSU at checkout, y'allsweettea.com.
Where is a business that sells boat parts? Hang on. I can't talk tonight. Where is a business that sells boat parts or a business that sells teas? I've never seen two guys so passionate and dominate anything they put their heads to. Well, man, I appreciate that, Bama Don. I'll say this about Darien and I. We don't mind working. That's about the only choice I've ever had in life, and he's the same way. So you might as well try to find something you love to do, and we're both fortunate to get to do that, man. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that, Digital Wells. Good to hear from you, buddy. It's been a minute. Let's give some stuff away, D.
Yeah, let's do it.
Already done it. Let's do that. Now y'all got to catch a bag, a Susu 26-pound bag. I hope we catch it, dude. I'm gonna catch 26 pounds on Darien, man. It's gonna be good. Now I'm nervous, man. I gotta start. I want to start working out.
You need to catch a 26-pound inland bag. That'd be crazy.
Imagine people think I'm cheating for sure. All right. Here's a trivia question, and this is for what are we giving away? I'm not giving this
$100 Y'all Sweet Tea gift card.
This is my Tater Hog. This is one of the first prototypes that Tater had of his Hogfather Jr. from Strike Kings, and it just happens to be on the desk. It's not. I just picked that up. It's not a giveaway. Okay, you're not getting this. All right, let's do this right here. This Eagle Claw hat, 100 years. It's got a Tackle Warehouse logo on it because it is a Tackle Warehouse promo. If you use $20 worth of your money, Tackle Warehouse on any Eagle Claw product, you get one of these. And I think this is more, I mean, you might wear this fishing. This is more like to put on the shelf, I think, because it's 100 years of Eagle Claw. 1925 to 2025. All right. Congrats to them on that. That's very cool. They've supported me for a very long time. They're amazing people. It is a family business still, which is hard to think about the way the fishing industry works. So shout out to the folks at Eagle Call. Where was the location of the very first LBL? Darien mentioned it earlier, but where was the location? It was at a restaurant. I'll give you that hint. But where was the location of the very first LBL? The very first LBL in 2017. It was in South Carolina. I see some guesses, Hot Springs, Arkansas. No, it was in South Carolina. We were at the Forestwood Cup, but we were at an establishment there, Denny's. It was not at a Denny's. That would have been, it was actually way too nice of a place. I went back there last year. I had a meeting in the same town, and I went back to this place and got to go have dinner there. It was kind of cheetahs in Atlanta. Y'all killing me. Y'all really, I mean, this is like way back stuff. You might can find it on my Instagram. I don't know. This might be too hard. I don't know. They're not doing it, D. They're not doing it. Support the family business in the fishing industry for sure. They're a dying breed. That is a fact. That is a fact. Everything is being bought up by bigger companies. And this has been the Wright McGill family, Drew McGill, the Blue Oyster Bar. You are not far off, Scott. You're not far. But you're not far off. Was it girls and beer? It wasn't. It wasn't.
There was girls and beer, but that wasn't the name of the bar.
Oh, me. I don't know about the girls part.
I wasn't married 8 years ago.
I was.
No, you didn't have the girls.
It was in Columbia, South Carolina. I will give you that for this hat right here. Dang, man. I thought this would be, I really did, because it kind of lives in the lore of LBL. We did 2 nights there. I thought there might be somebody in the chat that was actually there that night, because I get that a lot. There were still, I have people randomly like, dude, I was there the first night. A lot, like at the Classic and different things. Pearls, man, y'all killing me.
I think it's time we close this one, Luke.
Luke's hugging a pillow. Yeah, we're gonna Hooters. No, all right.
I think we roll this prize into the next one. So the next winner is going to get the hat and the prize. I mean, hell,
I got some good prizes to give out, man. It might look like I just got a few, but I got some big time gift cards we're going to talk about here in a second. We already guessed the name of the competition between Darien and I. Y'all got that for the sweet tea. All right, we'll do the Colby Franklin. He dug through my social media.
He Googled it.
He looked it up. I'll give it to my man right here, Colby Franklin. Colby, shoot me. I owe you a text, but shoot me a DM with your address. Give that to y'all. All right, they got it. Okay, this is for. I'm gonna call this a Jinko prize pack right here. All this stuff right here. My AI generated cameras chasing. It's a tin cannon. It's a black tin cannon. Some booty shaker swim baits and a couple of crankbaits from Jinko. If you know the name of the third member of this trio right here from the very first episode, if you know his nickname, he was on the show a ton for a long time. He unfortunately couldn't join us tonight. Do you remember the third? It was me, Darien. No, not worldwide.
Worldwide.
Big C. Colby Franklin coming in again.
Colby Franklin ain't missing.
Colby Franklin ain't missing. He's like Kobe. He don't miss. He don't miss. Miss K, you're not eligible. I'm just kidding, Miss K. You're always eligible.
Did you say like Kobe?
I said, yeah, don't miss like Kobe. Kobe don't miss like Kobe. You got it. All right. R.I.P. Kobe. There we go. Big C. Shout out Corey Williams. The Big C. Now Darien has a son that is awesome. That's named Cannon, and he is now the real Big C. Corey is no longer Big C. Corey is a trader. and a fake.
Buddy, Corey done grown into the damn Grande C. Grande C. That's one word now, all caps, underline. Grande C.
Corey needed to do the fat ass challenge again. Remember when we did that weight loss challenge, me and Corey in the podcast?
I'm talking about
Man.
Corey needs to do the fat ass challenge and turn around and do that damn thing, run it back again, run it back to back. Corey, hell.
He ain't watching. He don't watch anything we do. He don't care. I love him. I talked to him today. I love Corey. I need to do the fat ass challenge twice too, obviously. All right. You sent me all kind of stuff here, Darien.
I just sent you a gift card number. Gift code for $100.
Also, my daughter, shout out Harper. Harper is sending me screenshots of the chat right now. I'm not sure. Harper, get in the chat. Don't be scared. Get in there and comment.
Yeah, put your money where your mouth is, Harper.
Here we go. Let's do Gil. Shout out to the folks at Gil. Miss Michelle reached out to me tonight and said, you're doing giveaways? Well, how about some $100 gift cards? If you win, when you win, and I will write down the name, so no trickery, you have to DM the Gil Fishing Instagram. Make sure you're following it. But DM, also you can buy anything at Gil Fishing. Use code LBL20. 20% off at Gil is a pretty daggum big deal. But all right. I'm going to go through the comments and randomly do this, I think. We've had some great comments tonight. D, do you want to help with this? Because I'm
sure
out of trivia questions. No, I got another one. They can Google
I got one.
Do you got one? Go.
I got one.
Okay, do it.
What lake was Luke Duncan's
Oh gosh.
FLW Tour co-angler win?
Oh, yeah. Shout out.
Is that a layup for a lot of people?
I got to cover
Luke
up
Duncan won on the FLW Tour. Oh damn, they were all over
they
that.
got it, dog. They got it.
Damn, they're all over that.
Velvet trees.
Hey, my bad. Y'all slow down now.
Hey, around, boy. Velvet trees. Done.
I didn't even get it out of my mouth.
Dude, yeah. Here you go. I'm sending you this. Just kidding.
Hey, show that again. That's awesome, by the way.
Man,
we don't talk about how awesome this is.
No, it's cool. It's very cool. It's always very special to me.
Yeah, that's sick.
I've still got the Happy Gilmore. It was 2015, 10 years ago. Yeah, that one's always special. I think you were in my life at that point, and life was not easy at that point. And that money helped around here. At $20,000 didn't seem like much to a lot of people winning $100,000 checks, but that helped the Duncan household, trust me, big time. And I don't think I've ever seen my kids that excited ever.
That's sick.
Memories pop up on social media about that day. That was a wild day for sure. Noah Dickinson said it wasn't the Lake Martin off limits. I can tell you that much. Dude, that's the series we need to film is the off limits ABT tournaments too. That's we need to document that. For sure. All right. That was for a Gil gift card and Velvet Trees. You know what? Let's do this. Top 3. Y'all all commented at the same time. Do we give away all 3? Let's do it. Y'all 3 DM.
Jeez.
Doing it? Yeah.
That's fair. I mean, hell,
fair.
Well, hold on.
Dude.
Okay.
I can't change the rules. I just did it.
You've already said it.
I got to come up with something else to give away now. Y'all 3 email or DM, excuse me, I'm old. DM the Gil Fishing page that you won, and you get 100.
I will say that's just those top 3 because everyone else was like super close, but those 3 was like at the exact same second.
Yeah, they came burning it up. So that's what I'm saying.
I feel bad for David Hawkins, but he's the first man out.
What did you win? Gil Fishing, $100 gift card. $100 gift card. If I don't have Instagram, what do I do? Email me at lowbudgetlive1@gmail.com. Lowbudgetlive1 gmail.com. And I will get you taken care of on that. Yeah, you can get your wife to do it as well on Instagram. Yeah, sucks to be number 4. Are me and Mercer going to break bread tonight? Probably not. I don't think he's around here. I don't really have a. I mean, I'm not saying that in like a hell no, I'm not going to do that kind of way. But no, I doubt he's in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee to break bread.
Could Y'all Sweet Tea please sponsor an event where you and Mercer do break bread, and Y'all Sweet Tea is the presenting sponsor, and I serve tea.
I'll say this: I'll break bread with Mercer. Listen, dude. That was 4 years ago. Whatever. I mean, we had our deal, and yeah, it is what it is.
We tried it and it didn't work.
Tried it, didn't work. He said some stuff. I said some stuff. It is what it is. We have, and the crazy thing is, we have not talked since then. I've not seen it. I've not seen Dave.
Cameraman Cletus, that's the funniest comment of the night. Flip a coin on what kind of bread. Yeah, that is amazing.
Live stream it. Live stream.
That is amazing.
Yeah, flip a coin on what kind of bread.
All right, let's do. I'm about to tap out, Luke. I'm gonna do a $100 gift card. You've got the details for that, so if they DM you, they're gonna get their hands on it. And I don't really necessarily have a question. I mean, I could ask them how many pounds did me and Houston win the ABT with, but everyone would know that would be 30 pounds. So that would be obvious. I could have asked, I don't know, Luke. I wasn't prepped on.
Yeah. Harper says she's just in the chat commenting and I can't see it. Sorry. She's like, I'm killing it in the comments.
Is she on her burner? Is she on her burner page? And that's like,
is she Velvet Trees? Are you Velvet Trees, Harper Louise? Is that what's happening right now?
They said I knew that was going to be brought up. I'm looking at my trophy right now. I'm within 5 feet of my trophy.
He keeps that thing.
I don't leave. I keep that thing on me, my boy.
Hang on him, boy.
Let's see. What's a good trivia question, Luke Duncan?
For $100 Y'all Sweet Tea gift card?
Yeah.
Miss K, do you have a question that she could ask? Get her involved. I don't know.
We could ask if so. Never in Show Up and Shut Up did we ever mention the 2 or 3 lakes outside of Nickajack. So if I guess we get someone to comment, that would be exposing the lakes. Jason Duran knows the lakes.
There's one we're not exposing because I don't want people from that area pissed at me. And they would
there's
a couple of them.
If you comment that, you will never win anything on Luke's.
Yeah,
channel.
Please don't comment one lake in particular. That one's special to a lot of people. At times, one buddy of mine in particular is going to be like, ask who's the most. Yeah. All right. I hope y'all know this because I don't know the answer. Okay.
Oh.
That's a good one, dude. Which lake has had the heaviest weight at an ABT championship? And I know this answer because it came up today on our podcast.
So this is a 2-day wait.
Yep.
And
I'm a Bass Trail. Y'all Googling y'all fingers off right now.
10 years. I would think you follow, but I would also think that's the wrong answer.
Gunnersville, nope. You follow, nope. Nope. For a Y'all Sweet Tea gift card. I do think I think Trey may be on the show. I think John Cox is the definitely the guest that's been on the show the most. John's been on a lot. Justin Atkins.
Okay, I don't know if this is right or wrong, but I would guess there was a Smith Lake tournament. There's no way that's the heaviest weight though, but I feel like they smashed on at Smith Lake one year.
What's the heaviest weight?
I don't know what my guess would be.
Scott Easel. Sorry, I missed it. Wheeler Lake, where we will be on October 18th, 17th, and 18th. Right, Kay?
Was that like a few championships ago?
Yeah, this was who won that one, Kay? It was 40 pounds or 41 pounds.
It was the breakfast casserole guy. What's his name?
Alan Bishop.
No, Alan
Hayes, Danny Bishop.
No, that's 2015.
41-41, 2015. No, it was dadgummit.
Slick
Slick didn't win it. He was DQ'd for steroids. Jumping beaver dams with Jordan Lee.
Look, I want to say, everyone may be against me on this. I honestly don't give a shit. What do you think? Slick I think I might have shaken his hand, but I've never talked to him. At first, he was hard for me to enjoy watching the content of. Dude, I think his shit's hilarious now. I don't know why. I don't know if I said I'm a big Slick, like I'm just not just fanboy, but now that I realize that everything, I thought he was being serious about everything at first. He's like actually policing all of this stuff. Like not actually policing it, but now that I realize it's all a joke, I'm like, this is a lot more funnier than it used to be.
No, it's satire. Yeah.
Satire. I like satire.
I do think that his I'm going to take your wakeboard boat stuff absolutely just train wrecks me, dude, because people are like, fuck you.
No, you're not. I bought that last year.
Thomas Bagg is like, yeah, I will. And they just go nuclear. Or he'll make the little post with the comment in, and he's like, you see, this is your problem. I'm gonna come get you both right here. Like, it's amazing that many people are that crazy. Scott Easel, be sure to shoot me a DM on Instagram or send me an email, lowbudgetlive1@gmail.com, and I will get you the code for the Y'all Sweet Tea $100 gift card. Thank y'all for hanging with us tonight. D, thank you for doing this.
Yeah.
That was a good time, y'all. I appreciate it. It was fun just to hang out, man.
That was a lot of fun.
Reminisce a little bit. We'll do it again. That's for sure. Show Up, Shut Up, coming back in 2026. Harper, I'm sorry your comments didn't come through from your burner account.
Yeah. Luke, I'm ending with a sales pitch. 2026. SU 26% off, and I'm not just selling this. I am. Every single order today on y'allsweettea.com gets you entered into for like the biggest giveaway we've ever done, which is tomorrow. So every single order made today gets entered, and we're giving away a Yeti and a pizza oven.
I got a better cooler for you than that, but anyways.
Oh my god. Probably
more sales, dude. Miss Angela. Hey.
What?
LBL. We'll take y'all off some Biloxi Blues. Thank y'all for tuning in. We need to do more lives. I always say that. Life is crazy. Darien Craig is the man. Y'all make sure you're drinking Y'all Sweet Tea and following everything he does. He does some great dadgum content over there, y'all. He's got a serious podcast now. Like, we started this low budget stuff. Now he's high budget over there rolling into Y'all Sweet Tea warehouse. Tell Cannon I said, hey, tell him Uncle Uke said, what's up, Uke. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Biloxi Blues, and we're out of here. Thank y'all. Bye, Harper. I don't know why it's not playing. Biloxi Blues is not playing anymore. I can't hear it.
We gotta increase the budget next year on the music outro.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
We didn't have it queued up.
I think maybe my volume's off. Anyways, this highway does not know my name. Y'all know the drill. Thank y'all. See you.